Hi, I'm Rick. In this video, I'm going to show you several ways to get the live stream from your drone as it's flying onto a big screen where people who are with you can enjoy it and see the drone's view of things. Now, sometimes when you're doing this, you don't have internet service, so nothing I show you in this video requires internet service. This is the second of two videos. The first video culminated in this chart, which shows a variety of options for mirroring your drone controller to a screen. As you can see, the options are highly dependent on the type of phone you're using for your controller. If you want a good understanding of this chart, you should watch the first video. In this video, I've selected 6 of these options to demonstrate. Now, if you don't want to watch all 6, that's okay. You can skip to the ones that you're interested in. But keep in mind that demonstrations 3 through 6 all require a local network between the controller device and the display device. And I set up that local network at the beginning of demonstration number 3. Okay, the first way to mirror that I'm going to show you is using a dongle. I picked up this dongle on Amazon. I got it because it was basically the cheapest one I could find. It's like 20 bucks. It would do the job. It's got a little wireless receiver thing attached to it. It's powered by USB, and this is actually the exact thing that I got. This thing has an HDMI output. We'll plug into anything that displays HDMI. Actually, my monitor does not display HDMI, so I'm going to use this cheap adapter I got that converts it to DVI. I am powering the dongle and the monitor, and right now I'm using this UPS that I brought from home that I normally use to protect some of my electronics at home. This thing is basically a battery and an inverter, and you can use it to power AC electronics, and also has a USB plug in it. For a reasonably short period of time. How short depends on the power requirements of your monitor primarily. This is a 24-inch display, and it uses 30 watts, so this should be able to work for maybe an hour and a half. If you've got a large screen TV that you're trying to power with this, it's not going to last very long. I don't know, maybe 15 minutes, I'm really not sure. So I would not do that. If you don't have a UPS, so this was like 80 bucks, I think, and I was using it, had it anyway. If you don't have this, another option, if you can bring your car to where you are, you can get a inverter that plugs into the car, and it might be 30 bucks or something like that, run an extension cord and power everything with that. Barring that, I suggest you try one of the other approaches, which is using a laptop, because laptops got the battery built in. Okay, as you can see, this thing supports Airplay and Miracast. Right now, Airplay is selected, and that's what I'm going to use for this demonstration. You can switch modes by pushing a little button on the dongle. I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to demonstrate this using my wife's iPad here. So the first thing I have to do is get onto the Wi-Fi network that this Anycast is generating. So if I go here, you'll see the Anycast, and I'm going to select that. And okay, now I am connected to it. Go back, and you'll see the little mirroring icon here. I hit that, and you can see the Anycast there. I hit that, and let's see, in a minute I should be casting. There we go. It doesn't show much. Let's see. There you go. So you can see that it's casting. And you can also see the lag here. I'll just scroll a little bit. You can see, oops, that was not intended. But if I scroll the screen back and forth, you can see there's just a little bit of lag in the mirroring. It's not too bad. Let's see. All right, and now we will try flying this thing using the mirroring. Okay, we're off and flying, as you can see. And the picture's not too bad. Now you will see on the picture's not filling the whole screen, so I'm using the iPad here. I can go to the dots in the upper right, look at the camera, and you see down here you can switch between 4:3 or 16:9 aspect ratio. So if you go to the 4:3, which is the iPad's natural aspect ratio, you get a little bit of a better picture. But not so bad. It's obviously not 4K, but that's okay. Okay, for this next demonstration, I'm going to show using Miracast to go from an Android tablet, this is a Samsung Tab A, to a Windows laptop. So Windows natively supports Miracast, so does the Samsung tablet. So if we go down here, I'm going to bring up settings for the laptop. You're going to want to come down to this projecting to this PC thing in the settings. And it might be all grayed out. If it's all grayed out, you need to install this wireless display optional feature for Windows. So you can go to the Microsoft support page, screen mirroring projecting. It tells you how to install it on Windows 10 or Windows 11. Okay, once that's all installed, it should look something like this when you click on projecting to this PC. You want to kind of make it available everywhere. I don't know that this matters. Never request a pin. Make sure this thing is off. Okay, and you're all ready to do mirrorcasting to this PC. To start it, you can click where it says launch the Connect app, or if this is not up, you can just run Connect like this, and it's going to show something like that. We're all ready to connect wirelessly. Okay, now we come over to the tablet here, and we're going to swipe down, and here you're going to see this thing that says Smart View. So Smart View is the way that Samsung is going to connect to Miracast. So I click Smart View. This tablet to other device. And you're going to see desktop. That's what this is. So it basically searched, found the desktop. Now this tablet is not on any network at all. It does have its Wi-Fi adapter enabled, but it's not on a Wi-Fi network. It doesn't need Wi-Fi to use Miracast. So I'll click the desktop thing. I'll say start now. And it should connect up. It's trying. And there you go. And you can go full screen here. Let's see. Get my mouse to show up. And there we are going full screen. One kind of neat thing about this Smart View is that it lets you, you click here and you can change to the tablet aspect ratio either to be full screen or full screen on the connected device. So you can, I don't know, I kind of like that. So we can go back here and you can see the lag when I swipe. It's pretty low, and actually, you know, when we're doing this for watching the drone video, it really doesn't matter what the delay is, but it works pretty well. It actually works a lot better this way than it did with that dongle. I tried using the tablet to Miracast to the dongle. It worked, but it was a little flaky. Would kind of say I had a bad connection at times. And I should say I'm not going to show flying the drone with this tablet because this tablet doesn't support DJI Fly. And one more thing, there is a Samsung specific capability for mirroring called Samsung Flow. So that does something very similar to what you do with Miracast. I don't really see an advantage to using Samsung Flow. I think it's a lot more heavyweight. You've got to install it. It's got a lot more features and stuff that you really don't need for mirroring. So personally, I would stick with just using the SmartCast, but you could check out Samsung Flow if you have Samsung devices. Okay, it's possible that one of the first two mirroring approaches doesn't work for you, and that's actually the case for me because I usually fly with this phone, which is a Moto G7, and it does not support Miracast, and of course it doesn't support Airplay either. So I'm going to use an approach where you install an app on your phone, you install an app on the computer, and the app allows you to mirror one to the other. The app I'm going to use is called Apowermirror. There might be other apps that do this too, but this one's pretty solid. It's cross-platform, which is really nice. However, it does require you to have a Wi-Fi network. It doesn't need internet connectivity, but it does need a network between the devices that you're mirroring. So on Windows, one way you could do this is bring a router. Like if you have a little battery-operated router, that would be perfect. It doesn't need to have an internet connection. It just needs to be able to route between your devices. Another possibility is to use the laptop as a router. And the way you do that is to set it up as a mobile hotspot, which is very simple to do. However, there's a catch. And I said earlier that nothing I'm doing requires internet. But to use the mobile hotspot as a router, you actually have to have internet service to be able to turn on mobile hotspot. Once it's on, you don't need the internet service anymore. It's kind of weird in that way. I don't know why Microsoft did that. But anyway, I will show you. You know, you can turn on your internet service at home, carry your laptop to wherever you're going, and you'll have lost the internet service, but the routing will still work. It's weird. Anyway, so you can go to, if you search hotspot, you will come up with this, mobile hotspot. Right now, I don't have any internet connectivity. I turned that off, so there's no way to turn this on. So if I go down here, I give myself some internet, comes up. Now I can share my internet connection. Okay, so now my laptop's acting as a mobile hotspot, which means it's got internet and it's sharing it to any devices that connect to it. So now I can take away its internet. Let's pretend I went off and I'm now somewhere where I don't have internet connectivity anymore, but I still have routing. So you'll see this thing that says there's no internet connection, but your mobile hotspot is still turned on. So that's kind of where we want to be. There's got to be a better way with it than this. I hope somebody has one. You could put it in the comments if you have a good idea for this. So anyway, so now I can click down here and you'll see there's this, this is the mobile hotspot icon. It's turned on. I can come onto my phone. Let's see. And swipe down, go to my Wi-Fi. And you'll see this desktop thing. That is the Wi-Fi network that's being generated by my laptop. I connected to it. You see there's no internet, but that's what we expect. Okay, now I can run Apowermirror. Let's see, here it is. And that's going to come up. Now I'm going to come down here and run Apowermirror on my laptop. Takes a minute to come up. And there you have it. I'm going to click on this top thing. Now I can go on my phone, click this, and it searches this network, and this network only has these two devices on it. And didn't find it. Why did it not find it? Okay, it turns out the reason why Apowermirror couldn't connect is because I still had LTE turned on, my mobile data. So I think it was trying to connect through the mobile data. So if you're doing this, make sure you turn off your mobile data. I mean, if you don't have mobile data, any kind of cell service whatsoever, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you happen to have cell service coming to your phone, I don't think this is going to work. So now it really should be trying to use this desktop connection, even though it doesn't have internet. And we can go back to Apowermirror, and hopefully it works this time. Yeah, and there it is. Okay, so it shows up. You click there. Mirror phone to PC. Start it. And bingo. We are off and running. So now I can go run the DJI Fly app. Let's see. Get that going. Okay, we got DJI Fly going. I can click up here in the Apowermirror, get it to go full screen, and there we are. Let me check my aspect ratio on the camera. And we can make it go 16:9. Maybe that'll be a little better for this. Yeah, so we're off and running.
Take off. The hotel has been selected. Please check it on the map.
Okay, not so bad. It's a pretty reasonable picture. And so this is Apowermirror. I kind of like it. Okay, the next scenario is an app called Reflector. So let's run Reflector. And Reflector basically allows your computer to accept connections from Chromecast and Airplay. In this case, a Windows computer already accepts Miracast, but it doesn't normally accept Chromecast and Airplay. So, did that. Now got my controller here, my Moto G4, which does Chromecast, or Google's Cast. And if I go to Cast Screen, it sees this thing, says Reflector 4. Let's select that, start going, and there it is. And you have some options here. You can fill screen, you can get rid of the frame. You can say go full screen. Doesn't really fill the screen like I would like it to, but anyway, that's what it is. So let's show you how this works. Beautiful fall afternoon in New Jersey. Okay, that's Reflector 4, and I'm showing it now with the Android, but it also would work if I had an iPhone out here doing as the controller. Okay, this next demo is of an app called Screen Stream HTTP. So let's start that up. Basically, it's turning my phone into a web server that serves out the screen to whatever client connects to it. So it has a number of settings. I had to change some of the default settings. I changed the resize image so it fills the screen. I also changed the JPEG compression quality. Well, I think I'm going to change it back because the default was 80 and it's a pretty jerky video. We'll see if it's still jerky with 80. Okay, let's start it up. Okay, it's running. It gives you the URL to connect to. I already have that here, so I should be able to just paste it in. And when I connect to that URL, and of course we're not connected to the internet, this is just on a local network. And there it is. It quickly mirrors my stream. Now I can go back to the DJI app, and you can see the mirrored screen. I will go full screen, and there it is. So let's fly this thing and see what it looks like.
Please check it on the map.
Okay, well, you can see it works. It's a very simple app, but it definitely is jerky. The image quality isn't what we've seen in some of the other demonstrations, but it's a nice little app. Just the same, very, very simple and free. Okay, so the last demonstration is streaming. And streaming is not mirroring. All the other demonstrations have been mirroring. Streaming is taking the video right from the DJI app and sending it to a server on a computer, and then it can be displayed from there. So we're going to go into the DJI app, these dots at the top. You can see all these things across the top. You're going to select transmission, and it's going to say live streaming platforms. You're going to click on that. It's going to say RTMP, I hope. That's the protocol. You click that, and it's got a couple options for resolution and bitrate. You can play around with those to see what works best for you. RTMP address is important. If you click that, it lets you edit it. So the IP address is going to be the IP address of your computer. So you can run, for example, run ipconfig, and it will show you your IP address. In this case, mine is 192.168.137.1. So that's what I have here. Then I need to run, I can say done. I need to run a server here to stream to. So there's this thing called Monaserver, which is a server application that understands a lot of different protocols, including RTMP. So if I double click, you can download this from the internet. Double click it, it starts up. It's a pretty simple application. It's listening. Now I can say start here. 3, 2, 1, and it starts, and you'll see that it connected here. I don't know if you saw that, but it connected up, and this says one client. Now you'll also see this red dot here. That's the control for this thing. So you actually have a microphone on this. So this is different from what I've been showing you. I could be standing over there, and my voice is going to go from my my phone here and end up on the display. You'll be hearing it out of the computer, but I'm going to turn it off because it's a little disconcerting when I'm recording here. Okay, so the next thing is we are streaming from here into the computer, and sorry about the train going by, but we're not displaying it. So to display it, we need to run something that will also connect to the server and pull the video from the server. So I'm going to run VLC and go to Media, Network Stream, and I'm going to enter the URL here that this is the exact same URL that was entered here. So the address of the computer, followed, and the port number, and /live/foo. And we're going to hit play, and it should play it. So there we have it. We are streaming. Now we can go full screen and fly this thing around a little bit. One thing you will notice, and so what's the difference between streaming and mirroring? You're just seeing the video. You're not seeing all these other controls. You're not seeing the map. You're just seeing the video. One thing you will notice is that there is more lag than in the mirroring. If you're just doing this for people who are standing around watching the monitor, the fact that it has a second of lag or what, actually it's pretty good at the moment. Sometimes it's worse than this. But the lag shouldn't really matter anyway. And so the video quality is pretty good. Anyway, that's pretty much it. When you're done with this thing, you hit the exit button and you end your live stream. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. We've covered a lot of ground in these videos, and I hope it's been helpful. I'm not an expert on any of it, but I will try to answer whatever questions you leave below. Take care. Bye-bye.